Oh.
What's up, everybody? It is WrestleMania weekend, people. It's just that time. And it's also Wednesday, and it's 8 p.m. Central Time here in lovely San Antonio, Texas. We're getting that heat. We're about to start summer here, so it's always lovely. Welcome, everybody, to the Experience, episode 469. I am Drewifer Yarsifer, and joining me here, as always,
Justin from Spinebuster Tees and SpinebusterTees.com, and always welcome back to us. Coming back, our third wheel is
Ruben Prime.
Nice.
Aha.
Nice.
Oh, nice shirt.
Thank you.
Mortal Kombat design?
Yeah, it's
Mortal Kombat 1? Oh, no, that's Metroid. That's Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid.
That's Super Metroid.
Yeah,
My
Super Metroid.
Yeah, I just saw the orange at first. I thought it was MK1, but no, that's Super Metroid.
Oh yeah,
I actually do have a T-shirt design, and I've never bought it.
Really? Gotta get.
Yeah, it's I forget which company does it, but like, yeah, my dad actually bought a shirt, and I thought that was gonna
Oh, nice.
And he just like sent me a picture of it, and I saw it, and like when I went over, he was wearing it. He was just like pointing at the shirt, like, huh? So I'm like, hey, Dad, I made it.
There you go.
You said I wouldn't amount to anything, and I did, and you still say I don't amount to anything. No, I'm fine. But welcome to the show, people. We are live on the YouTube channel, on the Experience YouTube channel, as well as the Facebook page. We got that Facebook page problem taken care of. We had an issue on Monday on Metal Draft Hoops, but now everything's fine. And also on Twitter, on the Twitter X Experience page. But like I mentioned, we are here to talk about WrestleMania. WrestleMania 42 is this weekend in Vegas again. And boy howdy, we got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah,
a lot going on. In wrestling in general, obviously WWE WrestleMania this weekend, very important, obviously, right? Biggest show of the year. But I mean, there's a lot going on within Las Vegas outside of the WWE itself. So
certainly, very, very much.
Yep.
But like I mentioned to Ruben and also Justin on the the pre-show, instead of just doing what we usually do and just talk about each show by each show, segment. Well, actually, we've been doing that lately, where we just kind of incorporate certain things that we liked and just kind of everything else. We're just going to incorporate everything that happened on last Friday and also on Monday for the Go Home show for WrestleMania. Just so that way it's a lot easier, and we're just not here, for like 3 hours, barely talking about the main event. And then also Wrestler of the Week, and and also if there's time, talk about anything else like Justin just mentioned. But let's get the small stuff out of the way. So Wrestler of the Week, for anyone that's not familiar, or if you are, we talk about our wrestler or wrestlers of the week. Anyone that did something that we thought was pretty cool, pretty amazing, sometimes pretty dumb, that we just thought was so astounding that we have to bring them up. So it could be WWE, it can be AEW, it could be TNA, it could be anyone else. So wrestler or wrestlers of the week, gentlemen, who wants to start?
I can take it first this week. I think Ruben went first last week. So my wrestler of the week is a guy. Well, actually, it's a situation that is better in one company and not better in another company. I got something that's going on right now between two wrestlers that are over, like Rover, right now in their respective organization. But I only do one wrestler of the week. Drew likes to do 7 sometimes. I'm just kidding. Or a celebrity. kidding.
That was me. That was me.
No,
speaking of-
who did you?
I chose Bad Bunny because he did a great job at the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
That
Justin,
was that was
Justin
that
scoffed.
was.
You scoffed at my answer. and
I sure did.
I didn't appreciate that.
I sure did. Yeah, I will never forget you for that. But anyway, regardless, so my wrestler of the week is the original El Grande Americano, and just want to talk about AAA as a whole. AAA right now is the best thing going on in wrestling. Period. Everything that they're doing right now feels like NXT 2015, 2016, but with luchadors and and masks and things of that nature, right? You may not know everybody on the show, but everything seemed important. The show last week, you got I can't even talk today. La Catalina, who debuted, and I brought up last week that she was done with CMLL and that she was going to debut at AAA. You got the situation with El Grande Americano, the Grande Americanos, I should say, and you also had a good match between Penta and Vikingo. So it was an excellent show last week. But El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, the original Grande Americano, he came out there. He had himself a match. And after the match, when he beat his opponent, he was about to leave the arena, and you have one of the reporters from AAA, Andrea Bazarte, down there ringside interviewing a couple of us Mexican celebrities. One of them, who is a podcaster comedian, who's blind, by the way, he was talking. Then all of a sudden, all you see is, Chad Gable, a Grande Americano, get in the way of this situation, and he pulls this blind man over the barricade.
Yeah.
Was an ankle lock. Then Andrea Bazarte, and I want to mention this too, that in real life, that is Ludwig Kaiser's girlfriend, a Grande Americano. And he starts to, kind of intimidate her, Chad Gable. And all of a sudden, you just see Kaiser come out there and wails the original Grande Americano. And this persists to be probably the best. This wasn't a pull apart. People say, this is a pull apart brawl. No, this was a brawl.
Actual brawl.
Brawls I've seen in years.
That was dope.
It felt real. It felt like something out of the 80s. If you were to watch something from Mid-South or Jim Crockett Promotions, or even like 1981, 82, 83 WWF, it felt like that. It felt like a real fight. It felt like these guys really hate each other. And I thought it was every bit fantastic. And the funny thing about this is that in WWE, the Americans are treated like a comedy act, pretty much, right? In AAA, it's the hottest thing going, and this is leading to a mask versus mask match, May 20 something, 25th or 26th, whatever it is. But
I think it's May 30th. Let me
whatever it is, right? It's going to be in late May, last couple of weekends in May, and the fact that Gable is a very, very bad man heel in Mexico, and he's a babyface in America, and vice versa for Grande Americano Ludwig Kaiser. It's just possibly right now, possibly the best feud going on in wrestling right now. How can we have something that we have WrestleMania, and it's this weekend, right? How can Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and CM Punk, none of those feuds, as far as heat is concerned, is even comparable to this? Great job to Undertaker and team down there. I don't know who else is working with them down there, but Undertaker is obviously, he's the booker right now, so but great job to him and team. So and it's funny because there's gonna be, Undertaker should be booker of the main roster. Well, we're not gonna get this. Undertaker's not gonna have the same control over the main roster than he does over AAA. So Just want to remind you guys of that. But it's very long-winded. But I think I think it gives them justice. This is not like a 2-minute thing that we just talk about, right? This is something to where that I think that these guys deserve the credit. I think if you're not watching AAA, you're doing yourself a disservice as a wrestling fan. It's 50 minutes long, and it's very, 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 very good. You get great wrestling matches in there. You get good stories in there too as well. And the fans, they love it down there. So, but Chad Gable, the original Grande Americano is my wrestler of the week. Ruben, you're next.
Oh boy. I mentioned to Drew before we started the show that I had 2 wrestlers of the week from AAA, and you hit one of them. And who can blame us? Like you mentioned, this WrestleMania season has been basura, straight dumpster fire. Has been lackluster, has been just underwhelming, and you can see with AAA, yeah, it's under the WWE umbrella, but just tell of 2 cities, tell of 2 promotions, and yeah, like the original Grande, Chad Gable, and the Kaiser Americano, they had an actual brawl, and there were actually Kaiser was my wrestler of the week of his part in the brawl.
Yep.
And the fact that he went out there and just they didn't just brawl in that segment after the match, and
they kept brawling.
They kept going throughout the show, and it felt legit. It wasn't like how we seen in these brawls that we've seen on Raw and SmackDown, where you can definitely tell that it's just so choreographed. It has a different feel, and you can thank Undertaker for that. And he definitely has his hands on the creative, and and with Kaiser, he has taken this gimmick. Wow,
I think it was supposed to be his in the first place.
Yeah, it was supposed to be his. Like we were saying, oh man, Kaiser, what are they doing with him? And yeah, when he was on the main roster, we were saying the same thing. Like, yo, what are they doing with him? Like, he's fantastic. But he took this gimmick, he turned chicken shit into chicken salad.
Yep.
As a lot of the old school, wrestlers will say. And he's a star down there. And he went out there he went out there after the brawl, and his Spanish is pretty good.
Would you say he's the most over in AAA right now? I think it's not a doubt. Him and Dominic. I think him and Dominic is kind of
Yeah, without a doubt, he is definitely over. Yeah. Because the thing is, the reason why he's my wrestler of the week, not just from this week, but just in general, but particularly with this week, he has shown that he has taken this Grande Americano gimmick and he's living it. It's not just like put on the mask, wrestle, get by, and then clock out, take it off. No, like he is, legit. Like you actually believe that he's a luchador, even though he's German. This guy wearing the mask, he's actually German. And it's funny because I was talking to my coworker about Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, and when he was younger and he found out that Razor Ramon wasn't Spanish, he wasn't Cuban, he was a gringo, white guy. He was like, oh man, that's crazy. I didn't he fooled me, he got me. That's gimmick, personified, being the gimmick, living the gimmick. And Kaiser as Grande Americano has taken that gimmick to heights, and it's just a shame that in the main roster they all the Americanos, because you got the whole Starbucks menu down there, but in AAA they're taken seriously, they're treated like a legit threat, and the fans love them. And all this talk, oh my God, they're appropriating culture. Like the fans down there in Mexico, they love Grande. They love Kaiser's Grande Americano down there. And Chad Gable, he's a good heel.
Fantastic.
And you gotta give it to.
This is so funny that like AAA Chad Gable, you're a heel, and he acts very heelish. He wants to attack a woman. He attacks blind men, right?
Yeah.
And the WWE, Gable's just like, oh, thank you, and he's like slapping hands with the face. It's like it's a weird. It works, but it's a weird dynamic. It's a very weird.
It is. I was just like, wait, what? Like, what's going on here? But again, it's the disconnect from the main roster versus AAA. But yeah, just to cut it short, I did have another wrestler of the week. Maybe Drew will hit the trifecta, maybe. But it was with a certain female wrestler that debuted. Her return to WWE via AAA. That was my other wrestler of the week. But yeah, like Kaiser, gotta give it up to Kaiser. Like he's the man. And every week I become more and more of a fan of his. I already am because of his work.
Do you think that, and well, I'll hand it to Drew after this though, but do you think that this is going to lead more fans watching AAA on a regular basis? This particular feud, because obviously it's two main roster wrestlers, and it's two main roster wrestlers that's on TV every week, and they're very well liked characters, I will say, even on the main roster. Drew, what do you think? Do you think this is going to lead to more people watching AAA with this particular feud, and people will start to like Octagon more and start to like Vikingo more and guys like that because they're now starting to watch AAA for other guys?
I mean, I would hope so, but history has proven that that's usually not the case. I mean, because you look at NXT back in the day when NXT was hot. I mean, people forget like NXT on the WWE network, I know 10 years ago, was only an hour show. And then when, they made the jump to, USA Network, then that's when it became a 2-hour show. And that's when it was, I mean, it's still good. It's still, for all intents and purposes, NXT and also AAA are the best things about not just WWE, but wrestling in general. Again, you would think that this would bring more eyes and ears to the product. And it's kind of an easy thing to sell. Like it's on YouTube. It's free.
Yep.
It's not like you have to go to another streaming service. I mean, technically you do, but YouTube's free. Everybody has YouTube.
I mean, yeah, like all you need is an internet connection. You know what I mean?
I mean, not even internet connection.
And worst case scenario, if you have a cell phone that, let's say your cell phone's off and you happen to be in a McDonald's and you connect to their Wi-Fi, you could watch it for free.
That, or if you just have like an unlimited data plan or whatever. But at the end of the day, like YouTube's free. Like everyone can watch it. It's just like, hey, Saturday night, I like wrestling. This is a 50-minute show and it's free.
Dude, even if you just throw on the background, like, hey, I'm at home. There's nothing going on. It's 9:00. Let me throw on some AAA.
Yeah, you don't need a VPN or anything like that. It's just a simple sell to people. So I hope more people watch it because, and this kind of segues into my wrestler of the week, I thought the Americanos were the best part of the show because I kind of like what you guys have just mentioned. It's like night and day with the booking with them. It's just like on the main roster, they're treated as a comedy act, but you get them on here and it's like, it's serious. It almost feels like you're watching like a serious, MCU film or a DC film. These guys are treated like they're royalty there. And Kaiser, who I've always liked Kaiser. Him with Gunther, I always thought was good. But, whenever they just were like, we're going to have Kaiser don the Americano gimmick, it's just like, how's that going to work? And it's almost like he made it work better than Gable because Gable's limited on what he can do. He can still go out there and have matches, but he can't cut promos in Spanish. Whereas Kaiser is fluent in Spanish and he's a little bit taller and he can beat the shit out of people and like have, different, I wouldn't say better matches, but different matches than Gable. And then they gave
a different style of match. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So Gable, how he's booked in AAA, the fact that he can't speak Spanish is actually probably better because he could be more quiet and more menacing. As we saw on Saturday where he beat up that blind comedian. and then he almost beat, and then he was like making out to be like he was going to hurt a woman who was, Kaiser's, current girlfriend, or I shouldn't say current girlfriend, but Kaiser's girlfriend. And then as soon as Kaiser came out, the whole place went fucking nuts. And the fact that they were
it felt like something out of the 80s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you go back and watch something like from the NWA, like Ric Flair's out there, he's beating up on a lonely jobber, then all of a sudden you see fucking like Dusty Rhodes come out there and the place just fucking explodes. You know what I mean? So that was the feeling that I got. I was like, man, that felt very old school, man, and that's so refreshing to hear and see in 2026.
Yeah, and just to kind of go with what you said, Justin, about the booking, it's like Undertaker's booking the show, and Shawn Michaels is booking NXT. The difference between that and the main roster is on the main roster you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, i.e., TKO, whereas NXT and AAA, they just kind of let them do their own thing. They just kind of let them book the show on a more smaller. It's almost like an independently made movie where you don't have to like working for A24. I'll use that as an example where they allow more creativity and there's not a lot of cooks in the kitchen. Whereas like if you're working for like Warner Brothers or one of the bigger studios, you have to deal with a lot of studio heads kind of poking their head and going, "Hey, do this, put this in there," depending on who you are. But I liked what I saw at AAA. I hate the fact that I was kind of like not watching it as much. Then I watched it on Saturday. I'm like, what have I been missing?
What made you watch it this past? Because you watched it on a very good. What was it? The Penta and the Vikingo match that kind of got you in, like, oh, I'm gonna watch it for this.
No,
then
you got me into it because you were kind of saying, hey, you should watch it. I'm like, I should watch it. I don't know why I've been watching it. And then they hyped up Penta versus Vikingo. I'm like, okay, that was kind of like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that could be a good match. So then I watched it, and I think I watched it. I started watching it when like what's her name, Catalina, made her debut.
Catalina, yeah.
And she came out and like smashed the cake in front of their faces and everything. I'm like, oh, this is the new girl, okay. And then the rest of the show, I'm like, this is gold. Like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, the bakery is open, folks. The bakery is open,
literally and figuratively.
So it's very fun. Like, I've been following her like on Instagram for like several years already, and and she was there, and I forgot who it was. Who she was? No, she was with Sin Cara. She was like with Sin Cara. Then, I mean, obviously she was in Master, and she was down at NXT for a little bit too as well. Then, like when she took her mask off, she went to CMLL, and people were like, "Oh, who's this girl?" I'm like, "That was the girl with Sin Cara those years ago, like in 2019, wherever it was." So, she was super young back then too. I hadn't realized how young she was back then. She's probably like
me neither.
Probably 20 years old back then.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
just the fact that she's back.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome. Yeah, she reinvented herself, and hopefully this kind of leads her to maybe the Rander's championship. We'll see. So,
I mean, she has was a Stephanie McCord put up a thing where like they started out together, and when they're both young in the business. So I'm like, oh,
and Lady Flammer too as well. All three of them.
Yeah.
So more talent on the show, and also with the NXT deal going on, she can possibly appear in NXT.
Oh yeah.
So I like I said, AAA for anyone that's interested in maybe having like an hour, maybe like less than an hour to kill on a Saturday night.
It's a very easy watch. Very easy watch. Even with like the subtitle, even Rey Mysterio translating, which is funny as shit, by the way.
Yeah.
because Rey's a great promo, right? And like when he's translating, he's like, "I am going to beat you tonight."
I thought for some reason, I don't know, that made me laugh.
It adds to the charm. The only thing we're missing is very bad, very, 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 very bad audio glitches and fucking poor. Yeah, I need that in my AAA. I need audio glitches. I need very, very bad video quality and stuff like that. But those days are long gone.
But I forgot, like NXT. Well, the NXT PLEs are on YouTube now.
Yep.
What was that?
The NXT PLEs, they're on YouTube now.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I forgot about that because I remember I turned on my VPN, and then someone on Twitter put it up. I'm like, oh, it's on YouTube. I forgot, so I just switched on YouTube. So yeah, YouTube.
You don't really need Peacock as far as WWE is concerned. You don't really need Peacock.
Or no, well, it's not on Peacock anymore. None of the
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do not need Peacock anymore.
Yeah. So AAA, the NXT PLEs. I mean, it's pretty good for everyone. That
and NXT, the weekly shows on there too. I believe. I believe
on YouTube.
CW.
I believe so.
No, they're on CW.
I don't think so because I believe that's exclusive through CW. Now I don't know about international, and I know international may be different. So if you're on a VPN, and they may show up on there.
Yeah,
but you can tell too though that the feed that they use for NXT on YouTube, that's I think that's the Netflix international feed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, also another thing, if you have just like cable, you have basic cable, just turn on CW. Or I believe you can watch it on their website as well, the CW site.
I think so. Maybe I'm not too sure about that, but I know that if you have an antenna, you know what I mean? Like, just pop it on.
Which people will scoff at that, but like antennas are kind of coming back.
Yeah, the analog. Yeah, everyone's starting to go analog. I've seen people.
How can they do analog?
Yeah, like people are starting to use Walkmans again.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's old is new.
Yep.
Yeah, like because I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just like streaming services are already too much. They're already about to raise the price for Netflix next month. They're already about to raise the price for YouTube Premium next month.
Yep. And I use YouTube Premium too, so
which I'm still going to keep YouTube Premium because fuck ads. We try to do the
ad thing. For me, it's the best. I mean, you get a lot of free movies on there too. So
true. Yep. I tried to do the ad thing with the Disney Plus bundle. We tried to pretend it was work. It was a good thing. They were like, I can't with ads. I'm sorry. But like again, like cable's kind of making a comeback. Basic cable is making a comeback. People would rather like pirate movies. They'd rather pirate TV shows, and I probably shouldn't be encouraging that, but like in these trying times,
just so you know that pirating is from Drew and Drew only, nothing to do with myself here. And I just want to make note of that. I just want to make note of that. CIA.
I did say I don't encourage that. I'm just saying in these trying times.
Okay.
In these trying times.
I still.
I mean, listen. Stephanie McMahon on one of her episode of her podcast, she mentioned, "Hey, use a VPN to watch these PLEs." She said it, and she's a multimillionaire, so it's like,
hey man, she can't stand me from the fucking FBI. So
true.
I mean, Joe Punch is using a rotary
phone. To work in the cable industry, I can tell you that crackdowns are real, and I've been part of situations before where people lost their fucking accounts and they're like, and they've been sued, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 because of misuse of internet. So I'm just saying, I've seen that for many years.
We had the hot box back then.
Well, that was different because it wasn't as trackable as it was today.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I say this like I'm being serious. I don't encourage, pirating stuff because I'm very much about like movie theaters need to stay open.
Right.
I want movie theaters to stay open, but that's also a thing of just like movies have become too expensive to watch, and also with gas prices, being like insane. Nobody wants to go to the movies unless it's like for something.
Gas prices, groceries, everything's going up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like again, I it's one of those things of like I get it. If people would rather just pirate stuff, I get it. I don't encourage it, but I get it. But Joe Punches says I'm putting this episode on a zip disk.
There you go.
Hey, listen, I emulate. Well, I take my physical games that I have and I port them over so I can play them.
Right.
Just in Minecraft, of course. In Minecraft.
Yes, of course.
in
I had a friend
Minecraft.
that did that. I think it was with one of like the Pokemon games where he had like some special like sim disc that you put in the back of a 3DS and
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
play it
yeah,
or
yeah.
something. But yeah, I mean, you know, we're going back to the old ways. It looks like, you know, we're using antennas, um, which I'm not gonna lie, I might just end up getting an antenna
Yeah,
for like, you know, basic shit. You know, like TikTok sells them. Like TikTok actually has some pretty good shit on their shop.
yeah. They got some good deals on there.
Yeah, I got a movie projector and one of those like emulator things.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, that's our wrestlers of the week, people. Post your thoughts down below and let us know what you think. If you have any differing opinions, we're welcome to discussion. But let's get into this weekend, unless there's anything else you guys want to bring up.
Nothing here, but I do want to possibly start off with something.
Go ahead.
If y'all want. Nothing in reference to WWE, but it is WrestleMania weekend. And before we get into WWE, just want to cover some of the other wrestling that's going on. We're not gonna talk about them in detail or nothing like that, but just so you guys know on what's going on around the world of professional wrestling down in Las Vegas. So tomorrow, Thursday, it starts off with a lot of different indie wrestling promotions. So, you got Progress Wrestling, you got some Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Now, there's two Texas promotions, one from Austin and one from Corpus Christi that's going to be there. New Texas Pro, and that's going to be on Thursday too as well. But Friday, you got, let me see here, because I think I had something here that was it GCW? Yeah, GCW is actually happening tomorrow. But on Friday, you got another GCW show. GCW has like 5 shows during WrestleMania weekend. Then you have the Corpus Christi promotion, Texas Wrestle Cartel. So a few people that I know is going to be on that. Then you obviously got SmackDown. Then on Saturday is going to be a big day for a lot of the wrestling that's going to be going on that's happening outside of WWE. So, for example, you got Killer Crosses presents FSW Mecca 11, wherever the hell that is. You got Juggalo Championship Wrestling. You got another GCW Effie's Big Gay Brunch. That's a lot going on.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, exactly. You got Bloodsport, obviously. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Okay.
You got another GCW show. You got Killer Crosses, Natural Born Killers 5. And this is and a lot of these shows are happening after night 1. So Sunday, not a bunch is going on. There's gonna be some shows there, but not a bunch is going on. But a lot of pro wrestling going on this weekend. And you know what? I will encourage you guys to go out there and try to watch some of this stuff. You never know. You might find a new love for something else that's in pro wrestling. So, and there's going to be, I'll put it this way. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on this weekend, but outside of what's going on in WWE, the two things I'm looking for the most is, number one, I do want to see fucking Shayna Baszler, Natty Neidhart, and Bloodsport. That's gonna be great. Yuji Nagata, Josh Barnett. That's gonna be great too as well. But 2 other matches. I want to see Brody Lee Jr. Right? You know what I mean? I want to see Brody Lee Jr. versus Joey Janela. Joey Janela Spring Break. And the Sandman versus the Invisible Man. That's gonna be hilarious. Wow. But yeah, a lot going on this weekend. Just want to get that out the way, but I encourage you guys to go out there and watch what you want to watch, or just even kind of peek at it, because there's a lot more going on this weekend other than just WWE. And I think we would be, I think it would be kind of wrong not to at least mention some of that. So,
no, of course. I mean, because like I think it was Ruben that said this. Just how bad WWE's been. It's kind of making people be like, there's other wrestling out there. We gotta.
Well, yeah, it's not just that, but I think it's important too. Like doesn't matter when it was WrestleMania 40. You know what I mean? I still want to see what was going on over there. You know, at Josh Hernandez Bloodsport. There's a ton of wrestling, and this is a wrestling weekend, a pro wrestling weekend. And if you're a pro wrestling fan, you don't have to watch it, but at least be aware and be like, oh, you know what? Hey, okay, that was a good match between so and so. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
I guess like the point I'm making is
not mention that.
Like now more than ever, it's just like really support your indies because it's just like there is other wrestling out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I even, Justin, you're probably going to fall out of your seat when I say this. I have AEW on the background right now.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to fall on my seat because, I mean, as podcasters, we should have it on.
No, like I do think, and I don't want to say this and sound like an asshole later. I do think now we do need to incorporate more non-WWE stuff. I know technically AAA is in partnership with WWE, but that's the non-main roster stuff. So
everybody, like pretty much most companies, relevant companies, fall under that WWE umbrella, including TNA as well. So outside of things that we can talk about here regularly, is really going to be AEW. I don't really foresee us talking about MLW or New Japan or anything like that. So. Yeah,
but I do think more and more we probably should incorporate like AAA at least because AAA is probably the best thing going right now.
Yeah.
And of course if anything happens on AEW, talk about that. But
something's about to happen in 20 minutes. So
yeah, I did see that. Like MJF is he's gonna defend the title against Darby.
Well, yeah, he's gonna lose to Darby. So
that's what I'm hearing. But
which is whatever.
So let's talk about Mania, people. WrestleMania, of course, is this weekend, 2 nights. There are going to be some matches from each night that are going to be incorporated on ESPN, almost as like a way to sell people into signing up for ESPN, which they've done a no bueno job at doing that. But let's give it a go, people.
Before one last thing too, and I forgot to mention this, within WWE, we're talking about WWE now. There's a lot of media, the most I've ever seen for any WrestleMania ever, and it's really going to hit tomorrow with Media's Row. They're going to have a Media's Row kind of like the Super Bowl. There is Up in Smoke. There is Shannon Sharp. There is all the family was on CNN. He was on CNN today. CNN. That's gigantic. Obviously, ESPN, I mean, that's to be remiss, but there's a ton of interviews out there. Complex. There's just a ton out there. So there's going to be a ton of interviews that are going to be out there that we are all going to miss. And there's going to be something that's going to be said. And we're going to be like, when was this said? Oh, this was said during WrestleMania week when they had like 50,000 interviews out there. So go out there, watch it. CM Punk's been doing a lot of fucking interviews. Cody Rhodes been doing a lot of interviews, going to people's homes, talking about you ain't masturbating here, are you? They all doing all that shit. So did y'all see that?
I saw that clip, yeah,
that clip, whatever. Yeah, so it's it's overwhelming right now, but I will say this: good for WWE, good for WWE. Try and get your name out there and all this stuff. I just kind of wish this was during WrestleMania 40, not 42, where it meant more. But whatever.
Yeah. CM Punk. I did see the Up in Smoke interview with Matt Barnes. I do like that show, by the way. Him and Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson wasn't a part of this one particularly. Matt Barnes does a lot of the wrestling stuff. I don't think Steven Jackson's a wrestling fan, but Matt Barnes did do one with Cody. But the CM Punk one I haven't finished yet, but it was fun. I mean, CM Punk is always a good interview. Punk and AJ also did they did one today. It was a GOAT Talk, and as you can imagine, they're fun. They're fun to listen to them. Talk about shit. But there's so much fucking press about this one. More, I think it's more because it's ESPN is the first WrestleMania for ESPN. It would have been more interesting if it was 40 because that's when that's the last time it was.
Oh man, if it was 40, man, like it would have fed families
exactly
even more. So yeah,
I know Roman did an interview recently for someone. You said Shannon Sharp is doing one.
Yeah, they're doing like Mia's role for I'll look it up here real quick, but go ahead and continue.
No, I was just kind of going by what you said. But yeah, there is so much fucking press for this. Obafemi on CNN. That's nuts.
Hey, he was on CNN. So the nightcap from Radio Row, it is going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time. From Radio Row at WrestleMania, Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco will be there. And the guests that they have there, and it just kind of pisses me off because I'm going to read you the names and it's going to be like, oh, well, of course they're going to have those names on there. They have Carmelo Hayes, Jacob Fatu, Javon Evans, Nia Jax, Last Legend, and they also have Charlotte Flair and LA Knight. So let's get the two white people in there, but let's get everyone of ethnic in there for this particular show. So
it's and you kind of reminded me of something that I was going to bring up. So before we get into predictions, I wanted to bring up the card from last year, just to kind of from last year, the WrestleMania cards from last year, just to do like a compare and contrast.
Okay.
And just kind of tell me what you notice is different. So from last year, night one, you had Jey Uso defeating Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then you had the New Day defeat the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. Neither of those two teams are even on the card. What's up, Don Stoney? Jade Cargill defeated Naomi. I mean, Naomi, we already know is out because she's just had a kid. And Jade Cargill is the current women's champion. Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight for the U.S. title. LA Knight's now in a 6-man tag. Jacob Fatu's in a program with Drew. El Grande Americano defeated Rey Fenix. Again, neither are even on the card. Tiffany Stratton defeated Charlotte Flair to retain the women's championship. Tiffany Stratton's not even on the card. Charlotte is on the card in a women's tag team turmoil match. And then Seth freaking Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and CM Punk in the triple threat of Mania. That was when Seth Rollins aligned himself with Paul Heyman. And now Seth Rollins is no longer with Paul Heyman. But I don't know if there's anything about that card that stood out to you guys.
No, a lot of talents are just on the show. I mean, it's the only thing. So.
Yeah, night one wasn't good. Like just overall, just night two was a little better. Until the end of night two, but
right.
Yeah, it just like like you guys mentioned, a lot of talent are either not on the show or they're much lower in the card than they were last year. Yeah, just not. It's so much creative. Like creative just fell down a cliff. Like compared from last year to this year, just like creative just took a wrong detour. I guess they still thought they was going to Louisiana and they had to go back to Vegas. So,
but I will say it's too like a lot of talent that's not on there. So, for example, like the New Day, you take the New Day off and you trade it for Trick Williams and fucking Obafemi. Like,
yeah,
what would you rather have this year? You know what I mean?
No, I have Lesnar and Femi fighting, of course, for sure.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so it's like there's some talent that's not on there that I think, not on this year's WrestleMania that I think that should be at least on the show, and we're gonna talk about that on night two for sure. But there's some other time where I'm like, well, all right. Do I really miss the Viking Raiders? Like,
No.
I mean, like,
no.
I mean, in all actuality, that match. So. Yeah, in all actuality, that match probably shouldn't have even been on the card.
Yeah,
but And then night 2, let me just finish that up. Night 2, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, my match of the year last year. Io's not
Great
even on the
match.
card. Bianca's still
that's absolute malpractice.
exactly.
Fucking
Rhea,
criminal.
Bianca's still
man.
hurt, which Bianca is sorely missed, and
Yeah.
Rhea is about to have a match with Jade. So
Yep.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. Damian's not even on the card. He's the current tag team champions on SmackDown.
I mean, if you've seen Damian Priest's trajectory, he went from winning the world title to having this match to
Just falling off.
You saw the trajectory.
Yep.
Dominic Mysterio defeated Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic is about to have a match with Finn. Braun Breaker's still hurt. Finn Balor, I just mentioned Finn
until
Balor
this Sunday.
And then Penta is going to defend the Intercontinental title. So Randy Orton defeated Joe Hendry in an open challenge. Randy Orton was supposed to wrestle Kevin Owens, but then Kevin Owens had a neck injury. So, and again, another guy that's sorely missed, Kevin Owens. Joe Hendry's on NXT.
Yeah.
And Randy Orton's Randy Orton. So he's about to main event night 1. Yeah, he's falling off. Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles. Logan Paul is about to have a 6-man against the Usos and LA Knight, and AJ Styles retired. So,
yep.
Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch, who was a surprise, defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel for the women's tag team titles. Liv Morgan's about to, or no, not Liv Morgan. Lyra Valkyria is about to wrestle for the tag titles again. Becky Lynch is about to have a match with AJ, and Liv Morgan's about to wrestle Stephanie McCool for the women's title, which we'll talk about that. And Raquel's not even on the show, which she might be, because apparently the Bellas might not be on the show.
I mean, if I'm WWE, but I don't know. Is Roxy cleared?
She should be.
Well, I haven't heard anything else about her injury.
I mean, she took that nasty fucking collider of heads with fucking.
I haven't heard that she's cleared or not, so I don't know.
It'll either be them, or it might end up being Julia and Kiana be put in the tag team title.
What, to replace the Bellas?
Yeah,
I think I haven't heard anything about the Bellas.
Well, because Nikki's hurt.
Out?
Huh? Nikki's hurt. Well, because Nikki has that ankle.
Are they officially ruled out though?
Well, no. That's the talk. Is that depending on her status? That's what I keep hearing.
Okay.
And then lastly, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. John Cena retired. Cody is yet again about to main event WrestleMania. So, and
I'll give you a more interesting stat. I'll give you a more interesting stat than just going over the card. Out of all the 4 champions that walked out of WrestleMania last year, out of both nights, only one is on the card. Can you guess who that is?
Cody. Oh no, not Cody.
So the 2 women's champions that walked out of WrestleMania last year and the 2 men's champions that walked out of WrestleMania last year, there's only one that's on the card this year.
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Yeet man.
Oh, fuck.
Jey Uso is the only wrestler on the card this year that left with a championship last year. Io's on the card, Tiffany Stratton's on the card, and obviously John Cena retired.
It's fucking insane. That's so fucking insane.
I should tell you something. I can't really blame the John Cena end of it because we already knew he was going to retire, but you know.
And then John Cena, and now Jey Uso's back in a tag team with Jey.
Yep.
Which
going
kind of
full
tells
circle.
you everything you need to know about that. But let's talk about WrestleMania 42. So night 1, like I mentioned, there's going to be 2 matches that are going to be for free on ESPN2. Let's talk about the first one. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match.
Do you want to build it up and talk about what happened on Friday? Because I know you say you want to incorporate that, so I don't know how you're gonna want to do that.
So what did happen on Friday? Because I didn't watch.
Okay,
we had a brawl. We had a brawl.
Go for
brawl?
it. Yeah. So there was a brawl. Of course, because just the tried and true Sesame Street safe Lebec, just the brawl. But I'll say this obviously made sense because these two were beating the hell out of each other.
Right.
Even though they did lost a little bit of momentum, this beatdown was good. They had a pretty good brawl, and Drew had a promo, like a nice promo, and he was in a prison and just berating. Yeah,
Remember that.
yeah. That was a good promo from Drew, and it's just, again, guys, like, Drew is so good. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. What we're doing, like, that guy is like a blueprint for what you want your wrestler to be. And yeah, Scottish, not thick of an accent, but who cares? Like, he's, in my opinion, like, one of underutilized wrestlers they got in WWE. But yeah, he was just berating Jacob Fatu, like, hey, like, you're gonna, you're an animal, like, you've been locked up and you're gonna end up back here, and I'm gonna beat your ass. Just basic stuff, but you can just tell, and with that intensity that Drew had in that promo, like, you can tell, yeah, like, it's gonna be, we're gonna have something good. And then in ring, they went at it, and Drew handcuffed Jacob over the ring post and just beating the hell out of him.
With the Timu handcuffs, because those things broke.
Yeah, of course. Like, that's what happens when you shop at Temu. It's they say, oh no, you could find some good stuff. No, when you shop at Temu, it's 90% miss, 10% hit.
Well, as someone who does shop on Temu for my shop, I bought a new case, not a case, but a new snack. It's called a snack rack.
Okay. For
my tumblers and my mugs, and it's working fine. It's light as shit. It's kind of not flimsy, but it's it's not as sturdy as I want it to be, I should say. But it works. $30, better than paying $100. So I'll take all the wins I can get.
Yeah. It's a
good
but
no point given. I agree with you though.
Yeah. But yeah, like that definitely. I wonder what we're gonna do this week, because, like, I mean, the match is unsanctioned, so
that should have been the go home segment, in my opinion.
Yeah, that should have. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they tend to blow their loads. Like, with this whole Mania season, they had something, they blew their load too soon, and then now it's just, especially what happened on Raw, just underwhelming. So I wonder how they're gonna top that, like that promo and then that beatdown. How they're gonna top that segment for last Friday, because Friday is this Friday is the go home show. So what they're gonna do, but I enjoy
they may
that
not
segment.
even have them on the show. They may just have them like they may be getting dressed for the Hall of Fame for all we know. You don't know.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
They'll just be back there like I don't know,
sleeping, because the
Hall of Fame's at midnight East Coast.
Yeah,
that's fucking like you got rid of the NXT show to still put it on at fucking midnight. Why would you get rid of the NXT? Because a lot of people were like, well, they didn't want to do the NXT show because of the turnaround, and like, fuck that, man. The NXT should have still been on WrestleMania weekend. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Agreed.
No, I'm fine with that. They should just have the Hall of Fame like early in the day on Saturday.
They can't do it early on Saturday because most of the crew and like Triple H and guys are going to be there when they should be at the stadium, wherever the stadium is for WrestleMania. So they can't do that, and especially how long it goes too. So if they do it, let's say they start like if they were to do it like at 8 a.m. in the morning, I'm pretty sure they can, but they need at least 5 hours to prep for WrestleMania. They could probably do they probably should have done the Hall of Fame on the Thursday or something like that. But
it just still sucks for them that they got to be there until midnight. I mean, it was terrible last year when they were like running into 2 or 3 in the morning, and then they had to do the NXT show early in the day, and then WrestleMania.
Are y'all excited for this year's Hall of Fame?
To be honest, no.
No?
I'm not. No.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it, but I may, but I'll put this. I'm excited for Demolition because it's been well overdue for them. They should have been on the Hall of Fame 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like before, like the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge's Christian, Demolition was a top 3 tag team all time in WWE history.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah,
but I do want to see. I want to see Stephanie's speech. I do want to see AJ Styles' speech in Demolition. That's really it, though.
Yeah, Stephanie is gonna be long.
She may be opening contest scheduled for one fall.
Yeah, maybe they just get out of there.
Yeah.
Yes. So Stephanie,
everyone's here for me. Well, I don't know why I'm doing Vince. Everyone's here for you. Hey.
I've really been Stephanie the whole time.
She's gonna pull. It was me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
It was me, Paul. It was me the whole time.
Or it should be better with just have Undertaker there, like, where to, Stephanie? I love that shit back then. No.
Okay, so Stephanie McMahon, she's being inducted by Undertaker, which was already announced. AJ Styles, they haven't said who's inducting him. Who do you think is inducting AJ?
Abyss.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Abyss or Cena. That's like Cena is like my dark horse, but I think Abyss.
Omos.
That would be actually kind of funny. I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but
Omos, Taker. I'm just trying to think of like all the AJ Styles like memorable feuds there, but
CM Punk probably.
Who?
CM Punk.
Yeah, Punk's not doing it.
No. I would say Roman, but nah.
No, Roman's not doing it. Yeah.
No. So it's gonna be between Cena and it has to be like a TNA original. So I think Abyss.
I'll be cool with Petey Williams. Petey Williams, Abyss, somebody.
I was gonna say Christopher Daniels, but he works for AEW.
No, yeah. If I had the decision and there was like no like company, company backlash bullshit going on, I'll go with Samoa Joe. But
yeah,
that'd make more sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been good. Samoa Joe. Damn. That's a good choice.
It's probably gonna be Abyss. Which I don't hate. I like Abyss.
Yeah.
Demolition's going in. Axe and Smash. I don't really know who would have ducked them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At least if they could get Bully Ray to come in.
All right. Celebrity Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
So probably Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, Bischoff would be good.
Yeah, Bischoff or Kevin Nash. I'd like to see that. The DDP. DDP. That was a good one. Yeah.
Maybe Karl Malone. I don't know. Just make sure all the 15-year-olds are safe.
Oh. Yeah, Karl Malone's not leaving he's not leaving his house for anything anymore. Sid Vicious, he's in the Legacy wing, and Bad News Brown. And then
another guy that should have been in the Hall of Fame years ago too.
And then Immortal Moment. I know last year they did Austin and Brett. This year is going to be Hogan and Andre.
As it should be.
Yeah.
All right. So let's. Oh wait, where did I go? All right. So the card. So we're back to the card. So like I mentioned, the first hour is on ESPN2. McIntyre and Fatu in an unsanctioned match. I'm going to say Fatu.
Yeah, Fatu.
Drew McIntyre is doing the Highlander. He's going to be going for a while. Jacob Fatu with the biggest win of his career.
Yes, sir. Should be a fun match.
Yep.
6-man tag. You have the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision and ISHO Speed.
With the video that they show of ISHO Speed training and stuff like that, do we think we saw everything that he was going to do in the match, or do you think we're going to see more?
I think they really rehearsed this match.
They what?
Yeah.
I think that was a lot of rehearsal for ISHO Speed's side.
Well, obviously he's not a full professional pro wrestler, you know. Yeah, of course it's gonna be rehearsed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He might have a trick or two.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude is athletic as hell. Like they're gonna do something. But again, this is the main roster, so who knows? Like they probably have something planned and they'll mix it at the last minute, and it'll just be run-of-the-mill standard tag team match with some shenanigans, of course.
Who gets the pinfall in this match?
I think LA Knight's pinning ISHO.
I think that Jey Uso is pinning Austin Theory.
Okay.
But I'm going with the baby faces here, though.
Yeah, baby faces win. I mean, it's some sick, twisted, dark fantasy. If ISHO Speed, if ISHO Speed were to pin LNA, I'm not gonna watch the rest of the card, like both Saturday and Sunday. If that happens, I'm cutting it off. Like that's it. If that happens, I hope it doesn't. But if that happens, I'm cutting it off immediately. And it's like, okay, gonna go out, touch some grass. So, he's cursed.
You're right.
Can't forget about the curse. But in some shock moment, if that happens, it's not gonna go over well. But I do think the baby faces will win.
Yeah, and also I forgot to mention John Cena will be the host of WrestleMania. So, yeah, and then those, like I said, those are the first two matches that are going to be free on ESPN2. As for the rest of the card, you'll need to sign up or get a VPN. So this is in order. Seth Rollins versus Gunther.
What do we think about that promo? That segment between Rollins and Gunther on Monday.
It wasn't good.
Maybe a little bit more excited about the match. At least, kind of gave a little bit more of a reason. You know,
it was a reason, but
it wasn't great. But
it's like literally trying to stick a.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
wow!
Trying to stick.
I just saw it, Justin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Squash.
Come on.
Yeah, I already knew. I knew Darby was gonna win. So, if you guys listening right now, Darby Allin just became live. We're here live on YouTube. Darby Allin just became the AEW World Champion. He's only gonna have it for a few weeks. This is just all this is. By the way, guys, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. All this is to take whatever steam away from WrestleMania. No one's gonna give a fuck about this on Friday. Pat McAfee is going to do whatever he does on Friday, and, that's going to be the headline. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for Darby. I'm a big Darby fan. But I just, in the grand scheme of things, though, this is something that should have been done a long time ago when he came back from Mount Everest. They should have put the title on Darby Allin in. All this is just a hot shot the title and to try to take some eyes and ears and buzz from WrestleMania, but that's not going to happen. He's only going to have it for a few weeks. And, I don't know why they just squashed a world champion like that either. You squashed the best thing that's going on in your company right now.
Yep.
So
this is going to shoot up the ratings, but it's going to just immediately just crash the ratings because you just had MJF in the main event versus Kenny.
They got the whole roster coming out there too. It's a cool moment.
Yeah, it's a
cool
moment.
moment, but it's like I know where this is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, like it's a moment, but again, it's the same problem we have with with WWE. They just book moments, and the follow through is just bad. It's just really bad. Like the iron should be struck a long time ago. It's cool that it happened, but it just does not make any sense.
Yep.
Besides what you mentioned, but does not make any sense for the long term.
Yep.
Yeah. So
good for Darby.
It's a moment. Like I said, good for Darby. I do like Darby. But good for him. But it's going to last for as long as it lasts, which is like not that long. But anyways, Gunther and Seth on Monday. That promo didn't make any sense. Like it disgusted Justin so much lately. The promo on Monday just didn't make any sense. Like Gunther to be like, everyone always talks about you and they should be talking about me. I'm like, Gunther, why would you care? You've been a champion for like what 85% of your run in WWE, and you're jealous of Seth. Like I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like this whole Mania booking. We've talked about it ad nauseum. It's been no bueno. It's been basura, as you mentioned. And Gunther should be in the main event going after one of the titles in all actuality, because they gave Gunther, they let him retire Goldberg, they let him retire Cena, and then they had him retire AJ. In all actuality, he should have won the Rumble. And he should be wrestling Cody, not Randy. Or because he already wrestled Punk. Punk and Roman is whatever. That's a bigger, I guess on paper, that's a bigger match.
Yeah,
so.
Bigger match on paper, yeah.
Yeah, in all actuality, Gunther should be going after Cody. Like, that's the match that should happen. And I'm gonna pretend that the match at King of the Ring didn't happen. But that's the bigger match. That's the match that has more meaning to it, is Cody and Gunther, because they never really had a feud. That match at King of the Ring, that happened because of, whatever reason. But, it should be Gunther in the main event, not Gunther versus Seth. But Justin, I was mentioning to Ruben, like the promo on Monday just didn't make any sense. Where like Gunther's like, everyone always talked about you, and, I was the champion and blah, blah, blah. It's like, so why would Gunther be jealous of Seth? That wouldn't make any sense. Like, in all actuality, Gunther should have won the Rumble and go after Cody. Like that.
Can y'all guys hear me, by the way?
We can hear you.
Okay, just want to make sure. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
But no, I was saying, like, in all actuality, Gunther should have won the Rumble and go after Cody, and not this like nothing match with Seth. Which in all actuality, the match should end up being great. It should be a great match. It's just there's no heat behind it, and it doesn't really make sense as to why Gunther is going after Seth, other than the fact that Paul probably called him a favorite of Gunther. But I'm going to say Gunther wins this.
I got Gunther winning. I don't know if you went yet, Ruben, but I got Gunther winning, and I got Braun Breaker returning, scoring over Seth Rollins.
Yeah, no, it's the only way. It's the only logical option here, because you got to continue that story with with Breaker and Seth, and yeah, it's just the only no other way for that match to end, but Gunther winning with be a distraction from Braun Breaker. Anything else does not make any sense.
All right. Then you have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, AJ Lee, the champion, versus Becky Lynch. Should be a good match. I did like their last match at Elimination Chamber. I'm assuming Becky wins because AJ's not full time. So I'm gonna say Becky wins.
What did y'all think about the feud itself coming into this?
I like, they did a promo from a few weeks ago, which I actually did like that better. Not the sit down interview. The sit down interview was kind of weird, but the promo where they're just going back and forth and Becky's in the crowd, I did like that a lot more. This at least makes sense, because they're playing off of everything with Punk and Seth. And obviously Becky's going to stand by her man. She's going to
Right.
go after Punk, and then she's going to go after AJ. So there's at least a feud. There's at least a story behind here. I'll give it that. Like, going back with I forgot to mention with Drew and Jacob. There's at least a story. Like there's at least a simple story of Jacob, screwing over Drew, and then Drew, and vice versa. So there's at least a story with this. I wouldn't say I'm 100% like hyped for it, but
Right.
I'm still gonna watch it because it's more than likely going to be a good match, and we don't know how long we're gonna get AJ for. So
I kind of forgot that this was actually happening. That this match was happening. But regardless, though, I got Becky winning. It only makes sense for her to win. AJ's not full time.
Yeah.
I mean, let Becky drop it to someone else that deserves it at this point in time. So someone like maybe like a Roxanne, Raquel, someone.
Yeah. Yeah, I see Becky getting back the title. I get why they had AJ get the title, hometown. Well, not her hometown technically, but just, for a moment. But nothing besides the handful of promos they had just did not do anything to help the feud further along. And
It didn't make me more interested.
yeah, I mean, it did in the beginning, but when, she's a part-timer and we hear that being a part-timer is bad, and you're a title holder, and it's like, yeah, like you can't have it both ways, Mr. Brooks. So yeah, like it just for me, the feud just fell off a cliff for me. I'm just not interested in it. But Becky winning, makes sense. And I like I like AJ, but it's just how they've been utilized. I'm not a fan of it. So give Becky the belt back and just have her going back to feuding with someone that's gonna be there and carry a story, please. Like, yeah, that's just my take on that.
Yeah, Becky, Justin was so mad about your take that he left.
I mean, hey, listen, like, listen, it's the truth. Like, just AJ has not been entertaining besides like the one match she had, when she got the title, and then the promo was just the sit down interview was just strange. It's like, what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's just like with AJ, it's like this is kind of a weird thing to say about her, but it's like her whole gimmick has always been about being fun, and that sit down interview was like her trying to be more serious. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. It's like, why all of a sudden you're serious now? I mean, you should be in a feud like this, but all right. So next is we have the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. You have Alexa Bliss and Charlotte versus Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, Bayley and Lara Valkyria, and the Bellas, which again, there's talk about the Bellas possibly being pulled out because of Nikki's ankle injury. But for the time being, who do you got?
I will say this: if the Bellas are in it, I got the Bellas winning. If they're in the match, I got the Bellas winning. If they're not in the match, then I got the champions.
I think actually I have Bayley and Lyra winning. I don't see Lash and Nia Jax retaining. There's no way. Like them two winning was just a moment, and they're just gonna drop the titles. And if the Bellas aren't there, Alexa and Charlotte, further that along because they're gonna break up, so they got to further that along too. So
I still thought Charlotte should have won the Royal Rumble, and it could have involved Alexa and could have done like a triple threat. I think that could have been much more effective, and it could have just done Io versus Rhea Ripley in a 1-on-1 match, and actually have Rhea beat Io in a regular 1-on-1 match because there's a story there, obviously, and that's two of your biggest, women's wrestlers right there. You know what I mean? So And yeah, you could have put that on night 2 because night 2 only has fucking 6 matches.
Yeah.
Versus night 1 that has 7. So
Yeah, it's lopsided. Very lopsided.
Something tells me that we'll get to night 2 in a little bit, but
yeah. For sure.
My heart goes with Lash Legend and Nia, but my head tells me that they want to give the Bellas a WrestleMania moment, and I'm going to go with my head. So
you're going with your head. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vacour for the WWE World's Championship match. I'm interested in this because this at least has some oomph to it.
This is one of the stories from WrestleMania that it started kind of and it's been getting better and better. And by all means, it's not fucking great or anything. It ain't great at all, but it's been getting better and better over the course of the build. So, yep.
Just a kind of a side note. This involves both women. So Stephanie was on the Van Fleet show, and she brought up the fact that people don't like her new theme, and she even admitted, I don't like my new theme either, but there was a rights issue with the previous theme. So, and then Liv Morgan and Dominic were on a podcast. I forget which one it was. It was one I never even heard of, where they both admitted that they don't like their themes either, and they don't like the Judgment Day one either. So, yeah, Def Rebel is.
Speaking of themes, what do you think about that new Liv Morgan song?
Yeah. The choreography in the video was good, but lyrics was not.
And from what I understand now, that's gonna be Liv Morgan's new theme.
Yeah, I mean, I figured. I mean, I see what they were.
If she likes it, look. If she likes it, great. As long as that she likes it, but I'm not really a huge fan of it as of right now. So,
yeah,
it screams early to mid 2000s. But hey, said, Justin, she likes it.
I mean, there was a lot of good, rock music, metal music during the early 2000s. So I get the inspiration. I get the inspiration, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably warm up to it. I guess that's the case with all of us. I mean, I can't speak for y'all, but for me, I'll probably warm up to it at least.
Yeah, I mean, that usually happens. I mean, that's what an earworm is. If it gets stuck in your head, you're like, oh, I really do like this song. Yeah, this feud has really picked up, some steam because you got Stephanie who, she was in Mexico, she was in Japan, so she's not afraid to really beat the shit out of people. And, we talked about this last week, Justin, where you mentioned where it's I'd prefer you weren't too snug, but it makes the brawls and the fights look better. And Liv, she's not afraid to get down and dirty either. She's a fucking Italian girl from Long Island. And, Ruben, I'm assuming you've been around some Long Island Italian girls.
Yes.
Are they like Liv?
Very special breed. I'll say that.
Say that. Just leave it at that.
Because it's the most magical place in the world, and that is Long Island.
That's where MJF was going back to tonight, man, in shambles.
Yeah.
Plainview,
Long Island. It's a shame. It's setback, but he'll get his belt back.
Yeah, give it about 4 weeks.
But I see Joe Punches. He mentioned this is his dark horse. We talked about it earlier on Lunches with Punches, which is on the Experience show, where we just talked a little bit about Mania. We didn't give predictions or anything. We just talked a little bit about it. This is kind of my dark horse too. This should be really, really good if they give him enough time, which I imagine they would. But I think Liv's going to take it.
This will be the best women's match of the weekend.
Oh yeah.
I got Liv Morgan.
And Liv.
Yep. We got way much better fallout with Liv Morgan as champion than Stephanie at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, Don's saying Liv is from Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, she's from Jersey. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought she's from Long Island. Oh, okay.
No.
She's from Jersey.
No, she's
Never
from
mind.
Jersey.
But let me re-ask you
when she was on NXT originally, when she had the the backwards hat and stuff. I think she had like a New Jersey area code on that she used to wear on a t-shirt.
Which Carmella apparently stole her gimmick. Because like that was supposed to be her gimmick. She was supposed to be with whatchamacallit, Big Cass and Enzo. But Mella watched Wolf of Wall Street and copied that from Margot Robbie. So yeah, let me re-ask you that question, Ruben. Do you know any girls from Jersey?
Yes, I do. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, but yeah, New Jersey, they too. I mean, women from the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, they are interesting breed, especially Italian women. Like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
But who do you got?
And that's Liv. That's basically what Liv was. You know, her how she was emoting and just her facial reactions. That was insane. Yeah.
She's just like, I'll kill you. I'll beat your ass. Like I'm like, God damn, Liv. Like Liv is not. Again, I've always said this about Liv. She's not afraid to get down and dirty in the ring. You know, like last year when she got her ass beat in the Elimination Chamber, which that was, you know, probably my favorite women's Elimination Chamber match. Like she was out there getting her ass whooped. And then like a few years prior, another Elimination Chamber match, she was getting her ass whooped. And it's like, you know, she wants to be more than just like sex appeal. She actually wants to go out there and like have a good match and like try. And, you know, as opposed to like an Alexa Bliss, who's like all about, you know, entertainment.
Yep.
And that's fine because Alexa Bliss is still over. She sells merch, but like Liv, I think has really surpassed Alexa Bliss. Yeah, you said Liv. We all said Liv, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So main event time of night one, undisputed WWE champ. I don't know why they call it undisputed. Just call it WWE. WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes, the champion, versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee in his corner. So let me talk about Friday.
Yes.
Let me bring up Friday because I did see this. So Pat McAfee came out just to kind of voice what was said on, you know, the week prior, and also what CM Punk said on Friday. So Pat McAfee and Joe Punches did bring this up earlier on Bunches of Punches. Pat McAfee had the opportunity to even be more of a heel, to come out and say something to the effect of, hey, you know, if you can't afford to come to WrestleMania, that's your fucking problem. Something along the lines of that. Instead, it's, hey, for all the people that can't come to WrestleMania is 25% off. So
well,
he decides.
Well, wait, you're missing a very important detail in that.
Huh?
Do you remember what he said?
I'm pretty sure you're going to remind me.
Okay. He said that for night one is 25% off.
25%.
Don't go to night two. Don't pay tickets for night two, which is to me the most asinine thing. This is reaching WCW 2000 levels of territory here. Now, I love my WCW 2000. I love my Vince Russo, but that was entertaining in a bad way. This is just bad in a bad way. Like, this was like, why would you tell? Why is this feud being based around, hey, our champion sucks, we're going to save wrestling? But Cody Rhodes, he saved wrestling last year he was going to try to save wrestling last year from John Cena because John Cena wants to ruin wrestling. You know, don't pay for WrestleMania night 2. Only come to night 1. These guys suck. We need the Attitude Era back. Fuck this storyline. Sorry.
No, you are absolutely 1,000% correct in how you feel. Like, this was sad.
It was worse. It somehow was worse than last week.
Yeah.
Or the week prior, I should say.
Yeah, last week you could have said, okay, this was bad, but you know, there's no way, like there's no lower to go than what happened last week.
Yeah.
This past Friday was worse. Like, they literally like dipped into the negatives. Like, literally, he's like, oh, 20%, you could salvage it. Just literally that promo was so bad it was in the negatives, like literally, just
Jesus
negative.
Christ.
Yeah, so bad. And I watched the whole segment, start to finish, live. Lord help me, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" I just turned on Resident Evil 9. I was like, "This is
As you should.
garbage." As soon as that segment, finished, I was like, "This is the worst thing I ever saw." The fact that Randy Orton is literally second fiddle, and it's like, is McAfee challenging for the belt? I
Shit,
thought
not even second.
Randy.
He's third.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are we doing here? And then the whole ploy to sell tickets. The only thing that was good from this promo was his comments on CM Punk. And it's just a shame that they didn't capitalize on that on Monday. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, he mentioned how Punk is just basically responding to what Punk was saying, regards to Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee basically say, hey, like, you're a hypocrite. Like, you're talking about me, but you're the one that said that, oh, I will never go back to Saudi Arabia, but you did. And then you're taking all this money, you have all these things on WWEshop.com for sale.
Right.
And what bank account it goes to, not to the needy fans that can't afford tickets, but it's gonna go to the one that says, I'm sorry, Saudi Arabia. That was kind of, that was kind of cheeky there. But yeah, besides that, I had high hopes when he brought that up. After that, nosedive, just off the cliff, terrible. Literally WCW 2000, TNA, 2010s, like mid 2010s. Yeah, just terrible.
So Joe Punches brought up an interesting point in the chat. He said Cody should have been the one coming out giving people 25% off and be the common man defender. Like, that would have made more sense for Cody to say instead of
I still think, regardless though, like, it didn't matter who comes out there. Cody would have been better. Cody would have been a lot better. Because Pat McAfee's giving the people what they want, and he's the heel, and it should be a babyface. But just the fact that if Cody would have come up there and like, hey, we can't fucking sell tickets because our shit sucks, 25% off for everyone. Like, that still would have looked kind of. It wouldn't have been as dumb. It'd been like, what the fuck? That's kind of a strange,
Still desperate.
Yeah, desperation.
No matter, no matter how you put it. And anyway, like, I get where you guys are coming from. Like, oh, Cody could have been the one to push that. Yeah, but guy goes out there and wears, 2-piece suits. They're not cheap. So I think him doing that would have made sense because he's a babyface, he's a champion, he's for the common man. But I don't know. Still, just, I don't know, with Cody, him wearing all these suits, nice watches, nice shoes. I don't know. Wrong person. Oh, look at me. Like, I'm gonna give you plebs 25% off. It's gonna go into my my tailor suit budget. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just, they shouldn't have done that. It's just terrible. Just basically begging people, please come to our show. We need to sell out or barely make a sellout because no one wants to come. Like, literally, WrestleMania 39 sold like 80K tickets, give or take, each night. And then for this year's Mania, both nights, under that.
Yeah.
Like, under 40K, under 45K, 50K. That's terrible. No one wants to come to the show. Like, that's not the fans' fault. Like, that's the fault of WWE. I mean, WWE is TKO and TKO is WWE, so we got blame the company. But yeah, it's just not. I think to save this match, there has to be a big swerve. Someone has to come out. Because if they do all this and it's going to lead to McAfee. I mean, it basically is. They telegraphed it. If this doesn't lead to anything big, a big reveal, and it's just going to lead into McAfee, Orton versus Jelly Roll and Cody, like, what are we doing?
So if there is a big reveal, I don't think there is, but personally, but if there were to be one, what would you want the reveal to be? That makes sense.
Got to bring back the authority. Got to bring back the authority. I mean, you can't get any lower than what it is now. Like, literally, just this whole. I mean, I want to see it. That's the thing. Like, I want a lot of lore. I want this to fail.
All like, I want to bring fucking AJ Hawk and like all this fucking McAfee show buddies into a faction, and you know,
yeah,
that'll get low.
I want this to bomb so bad, because what people need to realize, they need to snap out of this. Oh my God, like, this is like, there are people online saying, oh my God, like, how can you not like this? Like, this is great. Like, this is bringing exposure to, you know, to people that don't watch wrestling. Well,
it's not targeting the right fans though.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not targeting the right fans. It's targeting people that just take this as a joke. And I mean, who can blame them? Because look at what's been presented to everyone. This is a joke. No one. That's why you have Tom Brady saying, "Oh, this wrestling thing is a joke," and we need to get back to a place where wrestling is taken more seriously. Like, you can't bring in all this carny. I mean, wrestling is carny, but you bring in all these people, all these celebrities, and then you wonder why no one wants to come to the shows. Like, nothing is booked properly. Nothing is taken, you know, is handled with care. It's just, oh, we're just count on Orton and Cody and Punk and Roman and throwing a bunch of celebrities in there. And yeah, you like it and you're going to like the taste of it. And if you don't, then F you. Triple H said F you to the fans if you don't like it. He literally said that a few years ago. And then people still go and pay for tickets and all that. So it's like, they have to learn their lesson. This needs to bomb. Then this needs to end so horribly. I want Vince McMahon to come back.
Oh God.
I want him to come back. I want him to come back, because that is the only way it's gonna bomb. Because this company will, I believe.
Look, I hate this storyline as much as anyone else, but you think about 2018. Think about 2019.
Yes.
Like, horrible. I really want you to think about that. Bobby Lash's sisters. Think about what you're saying.
I thought about it ever since they introduced Pat McAfee. So I know I watched Raw, SmackDown during 2018, 2019. I was there, not live, but I was there when Jinder Mahal won the belt from Randy Orton. I remember that. Like, I remember I kind of wanted that to happen, because for my sick, twisted, dark fantasy. But no, like, this needs to happen, because WWE think that they could do no wrong, because you have these
shows. Come on.
Yeah, Daddy's home, and yeah, this needs to bomb, because they'll think, oh my God, this is great. Like, you're gonna have the fans saying, oh my God, this is great. The bots, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. Why are you negative? Just enjoy it. The positivity police. They're gonna be the ones gonna say this. They're gonna twist. Oh my God, it's so positive. Like, I don't want him to come back. Let's be clear. I don't want him to come back.
No,
but
never.
He should come back so this can bomb, and they can learn their lesson. Because the only way that these motherfuckers will learn their lesson, if they will just take this straight off the rails. This needs to happen. They need to learn their lesson.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is? It's going to be, like you said, the people that are like, I'm enjoying this, because I do know people that are enjoying this stuff with Pat McAfee, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I can't.
Oh yeah,
I can't. I really
bless
can't.
their hearts.
Yeah, God bless your hearts. If you enjoyed this, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed 2018 and 2019 WWE. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed Jinder as WWE champion, which I know people that did. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed the Fun House of Horrors match from 2016 or 2017. You know, I, God bless you all. You're all. I know you mean well, but let's yeah. But anyways, Randy's probably gonna win.
Yeah, Randy. Yeah, Randy's getting the belt.
Randy's winning. That's gonna lead. Jelly Roll's gonna come out there and distract whoever, right? But Randy's winning, and that's gonna lead to the Backlash tag team match.
Yay!
For what it's worth, do you think that the match itself will be good? Feud sucks. Feud sucks, but do you think the actual match will be good between Cody and Randy?
Maybe.
I mean,
I think the match could be good for what it is.
I mean, at this point, everything is so bad. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they put on a good in wrestling match, I'm like, that wasn't a bad match. I mean, the outcome sucked, but you can still have good matches despite a bad booking or bad feuds, whatever the case may be. It's harder, but if they can get you involved, you know what I mean? It can happen. I mean, I always go back to Charlotte Flair and fucking Rhea Ripley. Their fucking build was fucking terrible for 39, but they ended up having one of the best women's matches at WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah, but that was like much better compared to this.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying is that a bad story or a non-existent story, I don't think that when the bell rings, I think that these two could still pull on a very good pro wrestling match. Now, my expectations are still down. I don't think that the match is going to be great, but I'm saying that I would not be surprised if they put on a good match.
All right. So that was night one. Night two. The first two, there will be two matches that'll be free on ESPN, just regular old ESPN. One of those will be Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar.
Opening contest scheduled for one fall.
And this is going to go on first because, Brock likes to get out early. He doesn't want to be there too late.
But I don't think it has anything to do with that.
No, Brock doesn't want to stay long. Brock likes to get out.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's ESPN's call. Like, we want Brock Lesnar on fucking ESPN. I think that was more of the situation.
All right, probably. But Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. Let me just start off by saying Oba needs to win. Oba should win. Oba is your guy for the next 3 to 5 years. He looks like $1 million. Cut a hell of a promo on Monday. That was probably the best promo I've heard him cut.
Great promo.
With Paul Heyman. I mean, he looked like $1 million in front of Paul Heyman. Setting up the match, pretty much telling Paul Heyman, you really should have came out here and been like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul Heyman, and Brock Lesnar is scared of Obafemi. Oba can talk, and I think it was you, Ruben, that mentioned where it's just like you had a Scott Hall who's a white guy playing a Cuban character, and then you got Obafemi who's we've heard him talk before, and he's clearly not. I mean, I think he is actually from Lagos,
Nigeria.
Nigeria. There you go.
Lagos, Nigeria.
But like he speaks in an American accent, but like people buy it. People, when they hear him talk in that accent, they buy it. They don't care that he's not really, he doesn't really speak that, but they buy it because he believes it, and thus the fans believe it. But yeah, Oba needs to win. There's no reason why Brock should win. Brock's more than likely going to retire at SummerSlam, which is in Minnesota, to Gunther. So, and Brock gets it. Brock knows how the business works, and he sees Oba, and he sees this is the guy who's going to take over for me. He's the next big thing. He's our blue chip. So Oba should win. Oba should win,
or you're saying Oba is going to win?
He should win. He is going to win, and he better win.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, for me in particular, I'm gonna say something that I said for WrestleMania 39, and Drew remembers this loud and clear, and a lot of people were at the time thinking I was crazy for even mentioning this. In this feud, Has Oba gone through any adversity?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna chime in. This is different because with that feud was gonna last a year. We kind of figured that.
So are you saying that Brock Lesnar is basically getting squashed in this feud in general?
I'm not gonna say squashed. I do
No,
agree with the
I'm
fact.
not saying the match. I'm saying squashed in the feud because he has no offense.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Nothing on. Look, I'm gonna say this. I am going to pick Brock Lesnar to win. I do not want him to win. I want Oba to win. I hope Oba wins. But this is a predictions, not what we want. I'm predicting Brock Lesnar to win. It's very fucking unfortunate, but I'm predicting Brock Lesnar to win. I don't want him to win, but something tells me in the back of my fucking head that they're gonna give Brock this fucking win.
No, here's the thing. I'm agreeing with you because I think Oba should have at least got his ass beat at least once. Like Brock should have came out and like kicked him in the balls and F5'd him. But it's just like I think, the comparison with Cody and Roman at that one WrestleMania, it's different because that was a more long-standing feud. Whereas Brock looks like he's on his way out, pretty soon. So
if he's on his way out, this is the weakest that they ever made him look.
But do you think Brock really cares?
It doesn't matter. It's just you're telling a story. You're supposed to tell a story. Like ask the fucking Brock Lesnar fans if they care or not. I'm sure they fucking care.
No, I'm not saying they don't, but I'm just saying like the way the booking has been for everybody. It's just like, how strong was the booking for Cena's retirement? How strong was the booking for AJ's retirement? How strong was the booking for Goldberg's retirement?
Look, I don't look. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the Brock Lesnar, and you made a fair point too. But we're talking about Brock right now. Look,
yeah.
In all those situations, right? At least all those other guys had some type of one-up on their opponent at one point within the feud. Brock has not had any type of one-up on Obafemi. Again, I want Obafemi to win. I hope he wins. He should win. In order for the business to go where it goes, he has to win. I agree with all that. But as a prediction, I am going to go with Brock. I'm not saying that Brock is going to squash him or anything like that. He's going to win by some nefarious means. Is Oba going to get his win back? Who the fuck knows? Probably not. We don't know, right? But I don't think it really matters, too, because I think Oba is a star regardless wherever he does win or lose. So, yes. You know what I mean? But I want Oba to win, but don't be shocked. I'm telling you guys this right now. Do not be shocked if Brock wins. But if Oba wins, I will be fucking ecstatic and happy.
Yeah.
Ruben, go ahead.
I'm just saying. Just don't be like next week, like, oh well, fuck. Brock won, and I'll be like, well, guys, I fucking told you so. So it's like I'm trying to fair warn if that does go down. Like, look, I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised. Now they are on ESPN too as well. They probably want to make Oba seem like the next big star, ever. But man, just don't be shocked if they just give it to Brock Lesnar. Don't be shocked. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
he beat the fucking Undertaker, for God's sakes. Well, he didn't deserve to beat the Undertaker.
Yeah. Again, I definitely think that's a possibility of Brock winning because he hasn't been booked strong, but I do think there's a possibility. It's basically you're in a rock and a hard place. Maybe they could do a double count up, but then that would suck.
Oh, no, there's gonna be a winner on the ESPN. They do that, then that's oh man, that's malpractice.
There has to be. Yeah, there has to be a winner because you can't just book these two and just go through weeks and weeks of them brawling and cutting promos and all that just for them to have a double count out. I mean, if they will book it correctly, but I have no faith in them booking anything correctly nowadays, right. As we can see, like the past year and a half. So yeah, like there's your proof. But I'm gonna say Oba, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lesnar were to win. I mean, they got to make him dominant for eventually Gunther, because that's going to be the next match he's going to have with Lesnar. But yeah, Oba.
All right, and the next match that's going to be on ESPN is the 6-man for the Intercontinental Championship. Penta, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, Rusev, and Dragon Lee. This is gonna, again, this is I guess another good choice for ESPN. This is I guess this is gonna be like the fun WWE 2K match of just like lots and lots of bumps. Sorry, that's my fire alarm going off because they're cooking. But everything's fine. We're good. The house isn't burning, I think.
Okay.
But no, this is going to be the fun match. This is going to be the bumps match, the everything is crazy match, and everyone dies match, the car crash match. But Penta's going to win.
This is really to showcase like guys like Javon Evans and obviously Penta, and I really think that Javon Evans has a chance of winning, but Dragon Lee and JD McDonough, those are the two I'm really looking forward to see what they do in this match still. But expect a big ladder spot of someone taking a Mexican destroyer off the ladder from Penta, kind of like what Penta did to one of the Jackson brothers at I think it was the first Double or Nothing, I want to say, if I remember right. But
was it?
Yeah.
Was it All In?
All In. Yes, All In. My bad.
It was all
In. Yeah. Or all. No, was All In? It was All In, right?
I believe so.
It was All In. Yeah, it was All In. Yeah. Regardless, though, earlier AEW Ring of Honor pay-per-views. But anyway, that spot, I expect to see that. But if Penta would have been champion at least 2-3 months, I would go with Javon Evans, but I'm gonna go with Penta on this one.
Yeah, go with Penta. JD, I think, has the possibility to be like the MVP of the match. Javon is going to take some sick bump. Rusev, I think, is going to be the guy that takes the bumps from everybody. And Ray is just there for star power, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Penta. Penta, he just won, so Penta.
I think because they gotta attract more fans to AAA. So I think Penta winning makes sense. But, they're going to have their moment. They might have Javon win it, which, I wouldn't be upset with him, with him winning and whatnot, because then that also can potentially start up a feud with New Day because they're trying to recruit Javon into the New Day. But I think that's weak unless they could build it up to something. So there's that aspect, but I'm going to go with the safe route. I mean, I'm always talking about, Paul Levesque being safe all the time, but I think Penta, retains here.
All right. Those are the matches that are going to be free on ESPN. As for the rest of the show, you have Dominic Mysterio versus the Demon, Finn Balor. I'm going to go with the Demon Finn Balor. You don't just bring him back and have him lose. So, the Demon Finn Balor.
Definitely got Finn Balor as well. I'm liking the promos, the little teases of the Demon itself. He's my NXT GOAT, so I'm always happy to see Finn Balor go back to his persona. So, I got Finn winning.
Exactly.
Yep. Finn Balor as the Demon. Like, the Demon hasn't had a win on the main roster. So if they're gonna bring him back, like, he needs to win.
Not true.
Not true.
He's had wins as the Demon.
Obviously, Seth Rollins and him in 2016 SummerSlam.
He won the belt, but he had to relinquish it because he got injured.
He did win.
He also
did
beat.
win.
I don't count that.
Oh, okay.
He also beat AJ. He came out. I think he came out as the Demon versus AJ at TLC.
When it was supposed to be him versus Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt, I think he got sick.
As he was supposed to be Sister Abigail.
Yeah,
So,
and then I think he got it was him and some other wrestlers. I forgot what they got. It was like hepatitis or something. It was something crazy like that.
it was like the mumps or measles or some shit like that.
It was
'Cause I think
something like from like
Yeah,
the
Roman-
1920s or whatever, where
Polio.
some type of sickness.
I think Roman was out too, and then they replaced him with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
With the shit.
It was that was a very
Yeah.
strange event.
And then Finn came out against he beat Baron Corbin when Baron Corbin was it the GM assistant?
Constable Corbin.
Yeah, in his vest. Those are fun times, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, no, Finn's one is the demon. He didn't beat Edge at Mania a few years ago.
And Roman.
Oh yeah. That weird fucking match where the top rope broke.
Well, let me say this: he hasn't won a meaningful match as the demon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next match is for the WWE Women's Championship: Jade Cargill versus Rhea.
What do y'all think about the story coming into this match?
I don't.
Garbage.
You're right.
Garbage.
Let me do my impression of this whole story. Like, all right, watch me. You're a bitch. No, I'm a bitch. No, I'm a bitch. No, you're a bitch.
You forgot comparing each other's, body parts.
Okay. I have bigger
There you
muscles
go.
than you. No, I used to have bigger muscles than you.
I respect your body. I respect your arms. I respect your legs. I respect your muscles. I respect
you, Booker man.
Yeah. It's just terrible, and them trying to include, B-Fab and Michin gives them something to do, but they just got taken out. So it's gonna be Jade and Rhea one-on-one. So it's like,
And then Jade took out Io.
yeah, and poor Io in this. Like she was, a champion. Women's world champion. Going into last year's Mania, that good triple threat, and now she's not even on the card. Like, what are we doing?
Fucking malpractice.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then again, like, I don't hate Rhea, as a person, but just how she's being used and just being put just with her and Charlotte Flair, they're both interchangeable, because you heard what Pritchard and Michael Hayes said on Unreal. Oh, people like Chelsea Green, they're the ones that put over women like Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, and then Rhea. You could lump Rhea into that category too, because she is one of the Golden Girls there. So yeah, it's just, what are we doing here? And Io has put on some great matches. She's like the best women's wrestler on there, like bar none. And what are we doing? And that's why this match is gonna bomb. I hope not. It's just gonna bomb because there's no story. People love Io, and Jade has been, she's trying. She's been, she's saddled with this, and she's trying her best. But it's like, what again? Just no compelling story being told here. Just comparing body parts. Then you bring in, the two henchmen or henchwoman. We got to be, progressive. And yeah, it's just
Right.
nothing of value has been gained with this feud, and it's a shame because, it's just a waste of a chamber win, in my opinion.
What feud was worse? This
Yeah.
feud with Jade and Rhea, or last year with Tiffany and Charlotte?
I mean,
Maybe you have to
I don't
pick.
know, that the whole promo alone where Tiffany talked about Charlotte's divorce is like, that was at least better than everything that's been going on here.
Right. Sure.
And Kaiser was in her DMs and Charlotte's DMs.
Just a bunch of bullshit, by the way.
Yeah.
Because hey, look
And
at the baddies.
shortly after, Kaiser and Tiffany seemed to break up, and
I mean, look at the baddies that Kaiser is pulling.
Yeah. Hey, there's probably something to that now. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe he was in her DMs. I don't know.
No, nobody's in Charlotte's DMs.
Well, why you say that?
I mean, look at the baddies that Kaiser pulls. He pulled Tiffany and he pulled the what's her name from Triple.
Are you saying that Charlotte's ugly?
No, I'm just saying he wouldn't be her type.
Oh, okay. How you know what his type is? Obviously, because
He obviously likes girls. That, I think Charlotte's very beautiful, but she's got no ass.
Oh, okay. He has what?
She's got no ass.
Okay.
I like booty. Ruben likes booty.
It's cool. It's cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the
Ruben
bakery.
We're both bakery enthusiasts.
Yeah, I love bakery too. But I mean, I like the bakery, but shit, sometimes the bakery is spoiled. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got a bad donut or something. You know what I mean? Like that cupcake. Like
gotta turn.
Look, I'll tell you, ain't all booty good booty. I'm telling you that right now.
True.
I mean,
you got to turn the inventory from time to time.
Yeah, like if I find a girl and she got no booty, but damn, she's cool as shit. She got a great person. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, to be fair, you can just because a girl doesn't have a booty, like you can. Is muscle. It's got to work the muscle.
There you go. Yeah.
Gotta eat.
But if it's flat like a fucking pancake, I can't forgive that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I need something at least to grab.
Sure.
Not just like the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just the gym. You get a gym membership. Get on a diet plan. More carbs. Do squats, do lunges.
Yeah, you get a lot of fucking pasta. That'll help you too.
Yeah. Like
none of these like shots or fucking things that these like weird celebrities are doing. No, that looks retarded.
No, not like BBLs and all that shit. No.
Yeah. There is a thing. There is a thing as BBL booty. Like it stinks pretty much. Like forever will stink.
Yep. Well, for the record, for this match, I do got Jay Cargill winning, beating Rhea Ripley. I don't know. Look, I don't know how they get there. I don't know. Now, also too, I will say this, and I think this is possibly going to be the most important thing from this match. Bianca Belair's returning.
Oh yeah, she's coming up.
Yeah, they have
Bianca's going to take the title off Jade eventually. So,
just thank God, please. Come back, Bianca.
You notice how we like 3 years ago, Drew, we were kind of saying, Bianca, maybe she needs a vacation, or maybe she needs to turn heel. Like maybe she needs to turn heel. Like the abstinence just makes the heart grow fonder. She's
agree.
On the show.
I love Bianca. I've always loved Bianca. I was just saying at the time, I think she needed a new character change. Like I've never disliked Bianca.
Oh no, I didn't say that you did. I'm just saying that's what we, that's what we were saying a couple years ago.
And then like the fucking women's division, like it needs something. Like, and Bianca coming back could help. Obviously, I mean, because Bianca is, there's a case to be made that she's probably the best one on the roster, next to Io, of course. But like, with like a lot of these NXT call ups, seeing like a Sol Ruka or a JC Jane could be like a breath of fresh air,
right?
But this match, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't even care who wins. But with Jade winning, it means Bianca coming in, taking the title off of her. So good. Ruben.
Yes, Jade. Jade retains because they need Rhea back on Raw. I'm just not really interested in this feud. Because it's just lack of care. I mean, just this whole Mania build has just been filled with lack of care. But just this match in particular, I don't know what the women's division needs. It just needs a hard reset, and I hope Bianca comes back, starts a program, and then you include Naomi. And just get this title scene back to where it needs to be. I understand,
I don't think Naomi's coming back until next Rumble, personally.
Yeah. I mean, shout outs to Big Jim, but bad timing. Bad timing. Yeah, kind of bad timing, bro. But I get it. Again, we're fans of the bakery. All respect though, all respect, of course.
All right, so next match is for the United States Championship. Sami Zayn defends against Trick Williams. Why couldn't Carmelo just be in this match? Like, they could have easily made this a triple threat, put Melo in it, let him have his moment. But it just seems like Melo's time was just all for naught. They
could have been a failed 4-way, could have been something, but I mean, they only got 6 matches on the show. This is just me. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. I look, I know it's not going to happen, but if they just throw Melo and fucking Ilya on the card, give us 10 minutes. You can let that happen, right?
I wouldn't mind that, but it's not going to happen because now they have a story where Melo's hurt and like that's their way to keep him off the show. It's like, that's fucking lazy. Oh. That is so fucking lazy. You know what I mean? Like, unless they find out something on Friday where like Melo's like, I deserve to be on the card, and they find a way to put him on the card and just put him in this match, because like the fans are just outright booing Sammy, and Sammy, right, addressed it where he's like, I don't know what I did wrong, but I don't care. And yes, on like glass half full, it's like, Trick can have his moment and Trick can win, which more than likely he will and he should. But it's like, yep, Melo deserved his moment just as much as Trick, if not even more.
Yeah, just to be on the Mania card, like it's just insane. And then, Sammy being booed was.
I mean, at least he'll be in the Andre the Giant. Are they even doing that? The Memorial Battle Royal? They haven't mentioned that.
Maybe on SmackDown.
They gotta do that for the men and women. They didn't even mention near one of those.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it this year.
I mean, I can't tell you who won last year because I don't remember. Oh, Melo won, actually.
It was Melo, yeah.
It was Melo.
Yeah,
hey, it wasn't. No, you know what? No. I get it now. Triple H thought of Melo. He thought of Melo. He wants him to defend and become the first back-to-back Andre the Giant Memorial Battle. Oh, my God. Triple H, fuck, you're a fucking genius, brother.
Hold on, I got something for that.
Holy shit. Any genius.
Yeah, he should be Booker of the Year with that kind of booking, right?
Oh my gosh, man.
Wow.
Dude, seriously right now, Booker of the Year right now, it ain't going to be Tony Khan, it ain't going to be Triple H. It may be Undertaker if Triple H continues.
Yeah.
Mark Callum.
I mean, it may be Taker. I don't know who's booking New Japan right now, but they're doing a pretty good job too as well, from what I've been seeing. But man, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's just batting 1,000. Yeah. He's literally batting 1,000 this year. Like, great WrestleMania build. Just hitting all strides. Like, damn, so good.
Yeah,
super talented. He has time to book a show, both shows, all these PLEs, Mania, and do all these commercials. He's on everything. He has a time. He's literally a machine. Like, he has all the time.
We're bigger than we've ever been.
In case you've been living on the rock, the WWE is on fire right now. It's on fire, all right. Well, it's on fire. That shit's about to burn the fuck down.
Freaking gasoline. All that. Yeah, it's just like Melo should have been in this. And also, I mean, they could have brought up the history with Melo and Trick. Like, that's easy. But, then again, I'm being logical. That's a no word around it. But I'm going to say Trick. It should be Trick. But
it should be Trick too as well. I guess they want to have him in a one-on-one match against Sammy to make the win more important.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what they're gonna do, and this ends up making Trick better off for at the end of the day, then are we really gonna miss Melo in this match in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. But in a moral sense, Melo should definitely be in this match. But I got Trick Williams winning.
Yeah.
All right. And the main event. WWE Champion or World Heavyweight Championship, you have CM Punk defending against Roman Reigns for all the marbles. Who wants to go?
Are we not going to talk about the feud first?
Oh yeah.
Up to this?
Oh yeah. So feud.
The most important match of the weekend.
Obviously. Thank you for bringing that up. So this past Monday was the closeout, and you had last week, which was we had our own thoughts about the feud, the promo, but it was a pretty big promo. This week they decided to go with something more different, where I guess a little bit more progressive, where Punk comes out and he says, I hate you because I envy you. And then he just starts listing all the reasons why Roman doesn't like him.
Right.
And then brings up his dad saying, I hate the fact that I had to invoke your dad's name in vain. And for that, I sincerely apologize. And basically, has anyone ever seen the movie 10 Things I Hate About You? Basically, the ending monologue.
Yeah, it's been about 25 years.
Basically, the ending monologue with Julia Stiles, where she's talking to Heath Ledger. And she's saying, I hate the fact that you look at me and don't look at me at all, or some bullshit like that. That's basically what CM Punk did. Yeah. And then Roman brings up, like, I hate the fact that these fans love you more than me. I wish I had more of that connection. I'm like, so you guys gonna fuck or something? Like, what are you guys gonna do now? Like what happened to you? Like, what happened to you guys hating each other? Now all of a sudden it looks like you guys are going to make out with each other.
Yeah.
You know what's the issue with this? With that was, this should have been the first or second promo, and it should have been built up to, I'm going to bury you next to your father. That should have been the last promo. They start off so hot, and it progressively got worse. Not as bad as Pat McAfee and Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, but look, this is going to be your main event of night 2. I don't give a fuck. What's gonna happen? Is there any what's the lasting image from WrestleMania that we're gonna see?
This, whatever the result of this match is.
Well, yes, obviously. What I'm saying is that, like, is it going to be like a new bloodline? Like, are there anything that they can do? Are we going to care?
No,
probably
not.
Do we really think they have to do something extraordinary for us to care? And I'm just seeing that I'm not really seeing that right now. I'm not really seeing that right now at this point. At least with WrestleMania, at least last year, even though it didn't happen, at least last year, all the Rock's coming out, Rock's coming. At least we had that speculation last year, and it flopped, obviously, right? But at least we had that speculation last year. We have no speculation this year. Is there going to be a return? Is there going to be the new debut of somebody? I don't see it.
I mean, there needs to be something.
It can't just be Punk winning and we go off the air. It can't just be Roman winning and we go off the air. It just can't be that. That's too boring.
It's too safe. And yeah, Sesame Street, Levesque is.
Look, the two main events is going to determine if Paul Levesque is still going to be with us. I'm saying that if he's about to die. Don't want to say it like that. If Paul Levesque is still going to be involved in Crib and WWE by the end of 2026. These two main events. Fuck all the other matches. I don't give a fuck about the other matches. These two main events is going to determine if Paul Levesque is still going to be with WWE at the end of 2026, early 2027.
And you're not wrong.
You're correct on that. Definitely correct on that.
I'm more interested. I'm telling you, I'm more interested in things happening around this weekend as well. Fuck it. You know what? I don't even want to talk about this shit no more. I got CM Punk winning. I got something else I want to bring up after this. Like, I don't give a fuck about this match.
I'm gonna say
I got Roman winning.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Roman winning. That'll suck.
I mean, if Triple H is going to be out of the job within within the next year or so. Like probably get one more Mania, and then he's out the door. So just give it to Roman, and then they could finally go and do what they've been wanting to do, which is Punk and Dwayne. Excuse me, Roman and Dwayne, and they could just get that going. But I don't know. Like it's just
would Rock coming out there. I'm not saying that this will happen, but will The Rock coming out there, or at least making some type of tease or something like that, would that kind of save, like, not Mania, but like save the main event in general from like just being like a boring match?
It's the only way.
Well, Joe Punches in the chat says, "Can we get a Mania 17-ish kind of ending?" That would be interesting because, like, I had talked about last year with Rock, where he was doing the whole souls thing, and like he did the cutting of the throat, and like there was a point where it was like 3, and then 2, and it's like he has a few more souls.
That's way too. I don't think that's.
And we've already called
anything anymore at this point. So,
and we've already called Punk corporate Phil. So like that would at least be interesting. I mean, they gotta do something interesting. They gotta do something to hook people, and like Punk being like the corporate guy would be pretty much like
fair. I'm good with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying in a sense of Punk winning.
Yeah.
And with The Rock kind of guiding him to that heel turn.
Yeah, like The Rock looks like he's gonna hug Roman, and then he does the whole he does that. And then Punk kicks Roman in the balls. Yeah.
Look. That's fair. That's fair, and I'm totally fine with that. However, if it just ends with Roman winning, that's terrible because when is Roman going to be on TV?
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
He's not filming the Street Fighter film anymore. That's wrapped up filming.
That is true. But even before he started filming Street Fighter, he wasn't on TV regular to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, unless something happened behind the scenes with WWE over the last few weeks, and they're like, "Hey, I'm going to be on TV more." If Roman's on TV more, I am fine with him being champion.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine with him being champion if he's there. If he's not there, if he comes every 3 weeks or once a month, you can miss me with that. You can miss me with him being champion right now.
I mean, with Punk and his title reign hasn't been, setting the world on fire either. Like
that's true.
Yeah,
you're completely right.
I mean, he's been on TV, every week, but he hasn't. Again, the same thing that we criticize Roman for, we can do the same thing with Punk. The only difference is Punk is.
I agree with that.
Punk is there every week, but what has he been doing? And yeah, like possibly he could have been going up against Breaker, for the belt if he didn't get injured and plans didn't go up, But yeah, it's just again, something has to happen. Just like with night 1, with the main event for night 1, something needs to happen in night 2 because it's just flat. We had momentum from that Pat McAfee fiasco. And Punk went out did his promo.
Believe it or not, the Pat McAfee, Randy Orton, even though we know kind of where it's going, that has more of a chance to end on something like, oh my fucking god, like that has more of a chance. Believe it or not, terrible story, but it has more of a chance to end on something more like holy shit versus this main event.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I'll say this too as well. I'll ask this rather. If Roman Reigns wins the championship, who does he feud with? Who's his first feud out of WrestleMania for the title?
Good question.
Let's see. I mean, Braun.
Seth? Who?
Braun, Seth.
Braun Breaker?
Yeah.
I mean, not right away, not his first feud.
No, because Braun's probably gonna be busy with Seth.
I mean, yeah, not his first feud.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But again,
If
Punk
Punk wins, yeah, I was gonna say if Punk wins, who is he gonna feud with? Because I got the same thing. I really don't really have, much there. I don't want to see him and Seth again, not for a long time. I don't want to see him and Gunther again, not for a long time.
No.
You can't be Obafemi.
No.
Way too fucking soon. Obafemi should not be seeing the fucking world title until next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah. They gotta be built up. Yeah, it's just again, they just booked themselves into a corner. Just again, Punk winning.
They're putting shit together and they're not thinking about the next, the next steps after. It's just they're just booking for now.
Yeah. Yeah, they had Jey, with the belt, then Gunther got it, and then Punk got it from Gunther, and then then he got cashed in on, and then Seth was he got injured, they had to vacate it, and then Punk beat what's his name, Jey Uso, and then we're here, and it's like not much. And I get it, injuries happen, shit happens, but not much forward thinking. I think
we don't know the results for what's going on for really both titles. Randy's gonna win, but does that mean Cody's gonna win it back? Like we don't know for sure what's gonna happen next after when Randy wins the title. I'll say this, and this may be controversial. At least we know what the hell's gonna happen within AEW for the world title.
Yeah.
At least we know. Because Darby won tonight. What do we think is going to happen next?
MJF's going to win it back.
Okay. Then after MJF wins it back, then what?
So
Ospreay, Wembley.
Yep.
Ospreay.
The logical.
Then after Ospreay, possibly Kenny Omega. Possibly Kenny Omega. And at least we can kind of see. May not be a direction we all want to go in, whatever, and maybe a chore to get there. But at least we get predicted. I can't really predict what's going on in WWE right now for the world titles after what happens at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and that's not a good feeling.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Just again, it just goes back to the fact that creative, like you can tell that long-term creative is not a thing. And I get injuries happen. I get, just the worst possible thing can happen, but that's where you gotta have things booked out in advance and then contingencies in case plan A doesn't happen. If your top guy gets injured or your person that's supposed to win the Rumble gets injured or something like that.
Right.
It's just not very good. And even if you had all these things happen, you can still book something cohesively if you are able to, pivot. We love that word, a few years ago, and now it's just like they don't want to pivot. It's like they don't want to pivot, but they were pivoting the year before. So is BS. Like when you hear that now in hindsight, it's just a lot of BS. Like there was no pivoting. They had no choice but to move in that direction because the fans didn't like the fact what was going on with Cody and Dwayne. Like we knew this. So this year, like there's no pivoting. I don't know. It's just not very excited overall, but I don't know. It's just maybe they'll wow us, but as history show, you don't get your hopes up.
For the record, my prediction for this match, I am going with CM Punk.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. But that's WrestleMania 42, people. It's this weekend. We hope you enjoy it. We will try to enjoy it.
So outside of the whole WrestleMania thing, right? Last year for WWE, if you remember before night one during the pre-show, WWE announced that they purchased AAA. Do we think I'm not saying that they have to purchase a company or anything like that, but do you think we're going to get any big announcements this year that we're going to be seeing during WrestleMania weekend from the WWE?
They bought AEW. I'm playing. That'd be funny.
I will hate that so much.
It's like MJF comes out the next night.
I will hate that so much if that were to happen. knowing what this fucking company is doing right now. I mean, Tony Khan ain't better, man, but at least, fuck, man, at least Tony Khan tries to book for the wrestling fans, even though it's not our type of booking most of the time. But at least he believes what he's doing is for wrestling fans in general, versus WWE and TKO. They want to just book for their pocketbooks.
Don Stoney's asking Raw after Mania predictions.
I can't even fucking tell you.
Sorry.
A crowd takeover, but fire Triple H, something, I don't know.
Yeah, if it's that bad, they're gonna chant that for sure. If Mania this weekend is that bad,
I can't.
Oh yeah.
In case you've been living under a rock.
And I'll put it to you this way: Raw after WrestleManias have been some of the worst shows in the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So it's not the same as it was 10, 15 years ago. But any predictions as far as like within WWE? Do you think if there's not going to be a big announcement, you can say, oh, there's not going to be a big announcement. But do you think there'll be any type of big announcement like they did last year?
I mean, what can it be though? Because I'm
not saying that there is going to be one. I'm just saying that if you feel like they could do a big announcement, what could it be? Or if you don't think there's going to be one, then you'll be like, I don't think they're going to do a big announcement.
I don't think there'll be one because they already did it with the Club WWE announcement.
They did with what?
The Club WWE.
Oh, that was a big announcement?
I mean, it kind of seems like a big announcement.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really think that was a huge one for me personally, but because I don't really think that's like a needle mover or shit. It wasn't like the AAA announcement last year,
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything big going on this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Club WWE is just access to like when merchandise drops and shit. I don't really think that was a huge one for me personally, but
yeah.
What do you think, Ruben?
I possibly don't know. Like, it's just nothing. Like, there's nothing with what we've been getting with this year's build, WrestleMania build. Like, there's nothing exciting. I mean, the only thing that they can possibly use as a surprise is, WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia, but I don't think that's going to be the case now with, geopolitical events. But maybe WrestleMania in the UK. I mean, that's the only thing that could be like, okay, like, I had the taste of shit for this weekend, so maybe, pass me a beer and, just wash it down. But that's it. Like, that's like the only possible thing they could announce that could be semblance of hype.
I'm gonna say this is a very much so a long shot, but from current events that happened over the last week or so, I think that this is a very more possibility more than ever. And kind of what happened over the last year, I think that a possible announcement is that WWE officially buys TNA Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be.
We'll see. We'll see if that's the thing or not. But
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to bring up?
No.
I like how you paused and just went, no. All right.
I think this was a perfect guide to WrestleMania this weekend. So with everything going on and all that. So,
but that is the show, people. We covered every single match on Wrestle. Well, the predictions. We'll talk about the results on Wednesday. God help us, as Ruben would usually say. But again, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Justin and Ruben for making the show work the way it does. So thank you, fellas. And thank you to everybody watching on the YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe, leave a sub, or I'm not leave a sub, but subscribe and also leave a like and a comment. It helps with the algorithm. That's a thing on YouTube. And of course, anyone watching on the Twitter page and also the Facebook page, we're still getting people listening to us through Spreaker, because I still get like emails saying these are your weekly statistics, and we're actually getting a lot of listens, even though we stopped doing the audio like a few months ago. So, but that's pretty cool. So that anyone that's listening to older episodes on through Spotify and Spreaker, which I actually did find something for Spotify for creators. I can actually just upload the newer episodes on Spotify.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's been a thing for a while. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start doing that with all the shows, just like upload the newer episodes and just like do audio. So, or I obviously keep this, but like keep the audio stuff too. But yeah, the YouTube channel, make sure you sub. You get shows like The Experience, like this. You get Lunches with Punches, which I did earlier with Joe, where we talk about movies and TV.
Who's there in the chat too for most of the streams? So.
Joe Punches, Don Stoney, Tony from Meadow Drive Hoops. Who? There was somebody I did see. Yeah, they were there for most of the show. So thank you, fellas, for
appreciate all of them being here, of course.
Yes, sir. And also, of course. Lunches with Punches, like I mentioned, Meadow Drive Hoops, which is a basketball podcast I do with Tony. We did one this week where we talked about the preview for the play-in tournament, and also the playoffs. So look that up. Also put up some reels. I'm definitely going to put up some reels for today's shows with Lunches with Punches, and also this one. Also, Friendly Neighborhood Marks with RJ. That's on the channel. And just again, sub to the channel, subscribe, and you'll like what you see. I guarantee you. And DY Experience Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and the Facebook page. So that's where you can find more. But that's enough about me. Justin, tell them about Spinebuster Tees.
Yeah, of course. Spinebuster Tees, spinebustertees.com. You guys know the drill. Go get yourself a wrestling t-shirt. Perfect chance to get a wrestling t-shirt this weekend here for Wrestlemania. Takes about a week and a half to get out there to you. Spinebuster Tees on Instagram. Follow me there. Keep up to date with me on exactly what I have going on inside of my shop, which is Spinebuster Tees at the Wonderlands of the Americas. Come and get yourself obviously t-shirts, Funko Pops, tumblers, mugs, lucha masks, action figures, trading cards, magazines, all the great stuff for your pro wrestling needs. Inside of the Wonderland of the Americas, we're going to be having Su Yung. If you're in the San Antonio, Texas area, June 25th, between times 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Su Yung, former Knockouts champion within TNA Wrestling, come in and have a good time. With many with her and many other people that'll be in attendance. So but that's Spinebuster Tees on Instagram, Spinebuster Tees at the Wonderland of the Americas, and spinebustertees.com. Ruben, bring us home, brother.
Yes, sir. Taking it home. Just follow me on Twitter. Lord help you if you decide to do that, but check me out on Twitter, Mr. Ruben Prime. And yeah, just check out Culture Attack on all the socials. And yeah, just check me out on the socials, Mr. Ruben Prime and the Culture Attack.
And again, shout out to all of our friends. Shout out to Spitball Media. They're on like an hour and a half before us on YouTube, so make sure you follow them. Subscribe to their channel, Wrestling Soup, of course. You just mentioned it, Culture Attack. Make sure you follow that YouTube channel and our show as well. RJ the Brooklyn Savage. I know he does a podcast with his friend where they talk about, I believe, I sound like an asshole. Dragon Gate or like New Japan, I believe. So follow them and follow Jeff Lippman, of course, with his many podcasts. He has a YouTube channel for Garden of Doom, or Garden of Thought, actually. So make sure you sub to that and just follow a lot of our friends. And of course, like I have to mention, I want to mention this. Shout out forever shout out to Kevin Castle. So
absolutely.
But anyways, people, we are done for the night. We will be back as the Experience next Wednesday, where we'll be talking about WrestleMania. And next week, you'll more than likely hear new episodes of Metal Drive Hoops. Lunches with Punches will probably be every other week. And I'll need to get with Mr. RJ to talk about the next episode of Friendly Neighborhood Remarks. But we're done. Have a good night. Be safe. And hopefully you enjoy WrestleMania. So take care, people. Peace out.
Peace.